And we're live.
Okay, go ahead, Woody.
It's on the screen. People can read it. You've been kidnapped. The characters from the last TV show you watched are trying to rescue you. Who's coming to save you? I would have liked "How fucked are you" as a line.
Oh, I'm good.
Is this Top Gear?
Yeah,
That's the last show I watched.
Top Gear. So Jeremy Clarkson, is that his name? Clarkson?
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson, Hammond, and James May.
They're coming.
They'll be coming.
You?
Oh my God, I have no chance.
You have no chance.
There's a 0% chance that if I'm kidnapped and only the people from the last show I watched can try and save me, they're gonna make a bunch of jokes and then they're gonna forget about the challenge and I'm gonna rot in that cell. Have fucking, Jennifer Lawrence come on to drive a Toyota Prius around a track as a star in the reasonably priced car or whatever. Oh, that's if you guys don't watch that show, it's not on anymore, but that's such a good show.
Well, I was watching the A-Team just before. No, I was watching The Office. So I'm guessing that like Jim and Dwight are gonna come try to get me out of wherever I am. I hope they send Toby too because
he's competent.
I think he might be the Scranton Strangler too. So if things get rough, he could take somebody out.
Well, the way it would happen is Michael and Dwight and Jim and Toby would come. And
I was watching season 9. No Dwight. I mean, no Michael.
Oh, well, whatever. We're including Michael. They would break you out, and then it would be you, Michael, Jim, and Dwight running to safety, and then you'd get on a plane and be flying back, and then it would pan back to Toby, who was still in the cell as he tripped and got locked back in, and it was just him being like, I assume they'd come back for me, but
well,
never did.
Pakistan's not that bad after all.
Yeah. I lived in Argentina or Peru or wherever the fuck, Costa Rica, but. Yeah, I think you'd be just as fucked as me because the Office guys aren't doing any better than the Top Gear. At least my guys have cars.
I have two answers. So the last TV show I watched, which is what the question is, was Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I'm kind of fucked. I think they're just going to pay attention to each other. They'll all be self-absorbed, and I'll end up like Cricket, just burnt and life ruined and destroyed. Is that his name, Cricket?
Cricket would show up and do that thing where they have the conversation at the last second and ditch something where they out in front of your cell. Like about to unlock, Dennis would be like, what have we been doing for this ridiculous man here? Why are we here? Guys, we don't have any plans. Guys. And they'd be like, you know what? You're right. Like we just huffed a bunch of paint and we showed up here. We got out of here. What are we doing? And they'd be like, yeah, you know what? Let's get back to the bar. And then that would be it. You'd be like, guys, just open it, please.
The last thing I watched was iBoy. Did you guys watch that on Netflix?
No, what is it?
So it's a movie, which is why I brought up too. It takes place in England. It's one of the stars is a girl has fallen for a pyramid scheme. Who is that from Game of Thrones?
Eris? Oh no, the faceless man.
Sans? Yeah. No. But it's the girl. It starts with an
Arya. He'll get it.
I was coming. All right. So Arya plays the female lead in it. There's a guy, and basically early in the movie. 4 bad guys rape Arya, and the hero of it runs because he's kind of cowardly and he gets shot in the back of the head, and he wakes up and they like repair his brain, and now he has superpowers and he can modify electronics. He's burning people's phone. He's transferring money. He's like taking control of cars. He's basically the world's best hacker, but he doesn't need a keyboard because he can do it all with his now super brain. And I think he's going to save me.
He's like a Magneto kind of guy, but with electronics in a way, like just feel it and to do things. Like in a 90s movie.
I'm going to avoid that one.
It was good. I liked it. I was interrupted and I had to come back and finish it. I liked it. I think you'd like it.
I'm going to check out the new episode of It's Always Sunny. I haven't seen that yet. The newest one is
last week's.
I watched last week's. I liked it a lot. You should definitely check that out. It's very dark. Very dark ending to last week's episode. It's called PTSD, D-double-E, as in, D Reynolds,
right,
Deandra.
Because she finds the man of her
dreams. Well, she finds love in strange places.
And it doesn't work out like you expect.
It never does.
Yeah.
Have you given her new show a shot?
Yeah, I watched an episode of that. It's not quite so bad. Caitlin Olsen is the actress's name, and she's got a show on every Tuesday and Wednesday. One on FXX and one on Fox. Her new show is basically, for all intents and purposes, same character and it's pretty much in a situation that you might see in an episode of It's Always Sunny. I may have like the exact relations wrong about this, but basically like her sister and her sister's husband end up going to prison or something, and
I've watched the whole series. So basically, what it is it's a super rich family and a couple of kids, a son and a daughter, and there's a really rich. Their parents are super wealthy. They run off and to a different country because of tax stuff and aren't keeping in touch with their children. And the only person who's in charge is their mom's sister, who is Caitlin Olsen. And she is basically the one who's in charge. And then there's a really fat Mexican maid who's very funny as well. But I didn't think it would be that great of a show because I thought it would constantly be reminding me of like, this just isn't as good as Sunny because I have her so burned in my mind as Dee Reynolds. Yeah. But she is really fucking funny in whatever you put her in. Like she's great. I really like her.
Yeah, I'm glad. I think it's cool that she's got a show. Two shows. Two shows right now. I like her. And I like that show. It's pretty good. The Mexican Maid was also on that Fox show Raising Hope, which is another kind of like under the radar, pretty funny fucking show. It's the one with like 3 generations of people living under one household, and the oldest of them is like 30. Like it's like teenage parents who had like it's like teen parents who had a kid who was a teen parent, and then the Alzheimer's grandmother is also in the house. So you have like 4 generations, like ranging from a grandma to a baby, and everybody's very stupid. They mispronounce words, and they're very white trash, and they're very poor, and it's good. It's funny.
I'll check that out. But yeah, I recommend
it on Netflix.
Anybody who wants to check it out. I liked it way more than I thought I would.